What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan Grove here, Extreme.Outdoorsmen, and I got the legend here, my dad. He is back in town, ready for action, and we are super excited to be out here today. It is super early in the springtime still. We've been out here a couple different times here at a lake here in Oakland County. It is March 27th, and I think we're gonna get on them today. What are you gonna throw today, Dad?
Probably lipless, spinnerbait, vibrating jig, and maybe a crankbait.
Yeah, this time of year, you really want to try to throw a bunch of different lures. What do you think's your best spring lure that you like to throw?
Jerkbait. That's one thing I didn't mention about jerkbaits. It gets them every time it's cold water.
I think we're gonna get on some good ones today.
Yeah, it's cloudy out. It's like in the high 30s. It's like 5-10 mile an hour wind. And it's a good combination for a good day out here on the lake.
Slam.
All right. This is where we're going to start out, these canals in here. You wouldn't think the fish move up this quick. You know, when you first come out to the lake, you think they're in deep water. Generally, that's a good idea, is working deep water in the mouths of canals, but you get a few warm nights in the 50s like it has been the last few days, the fish move up overnight. It's crazy how fast they move up. But anyhow, we're going to try it back in here and see what happens. Big one too.
Fish on, guys. First fish of the day.
Fish on, guys. Jerkbait. Just let it sit there and I see my line tighten up. Nice fish, good 2.5. Just letting that jerkbait just sit there. I see I'm using this yellow Power Pro braid. And I just see my line tightening up. All right, we're gonna turn him loose.
Fish on.
Fish on, guys. Just letting it sit there.
Good one.
Decent one.
On the jerkbait.
About 1.5 pounder.
Fish on, guys. I literally just picked up the jerkbait. That's a pretty good one. My dad caught a couple already on the jerkbait. I figured I'd grab mine out. And first cast with it. Barely hooked, dang. Look at that. Yeah. Holy crap. Well, guys, my first fish of the day. Definitely not a big one, but it's a start. It's pretty cold out here today. Me and my dad were out here yesterday and it was around 40-50 degrees, and I think it's only like in the high 30s right now, so it's pretty cold. But we caught them really good yesterday on spinner baits and stuff. But I'm throwing that jerk bait right there. It only dives 3 to 5 feet, and I put on that one because it has a chartreuse on the back, and it really gives something for those largemouth to key in on, like a kill spot, I guess a lot of people say. But not a monster, but it's a start. Felt good to set the hook, but we're gonna put him back. Fish on. I thought I had a weed. Well guys, I just tied on a little crankbait from Excite Baits. My buddy Benjamin Nowak always throws these little crankbaits, so I figured I'd try them out, and first fish ever on the Excite crankbait. Pretty cool. It's a pretty good one too.
Yeah, that's the biggest one of the day.
Yeah, I think the biggest one of the day. Like I said, I just put on that little crankbait, the square bill, and it's from Excite Baits. It looks pretty good. Figured I'd try it. First fish ever on the Excite crankbait. Like I said, my buddy Benjamin Nowak throws those. I'm sure you guys have seen him around on YouTube, but he's always catching really big fish on those crankbaits. Usually big smallmouth, but figured I'd try it out. And biggest fish of the day so far, so it's still pretty early. I think we're gonna get on a bunch of fish today.
Show you the jerk bait I smashed them on years ago. Those muddy ones like this. There it is.
I remember that one. We used to pull it on that.
I can find some more like this.
Fish on. That's a good one. Dang. Probably the biggest of the day, guys. Nice. On the crankbait. Yeah. I just turned around and started casting this way. Oh, nice. It's a good one, dang.
Yeah, real nice one.
There's another really nice largemouth bass that I just caught. I was working with the wind, and I decided to turn around and throw against the wind, and sometimes that's just how the fish want it. They weren't hitting it this way. And the very first cast I threw into the wind, he drilled that little Excite crankbait. So doing pretty good on that crankbait. I've only thrown it maybe once or twice ever, and this is the first time I'm catching fish on it, so it's pretty sweet. Really nice fish, probably a 3-pounder. Definitely pretty cool. It's always fun getting them on the cranks, guys. All right, guys, putting them back. Really nice one. He's got a belly on him too. Nice one. Oh, I just switched up crankbaits, guys. It was a little deeper out there. It was like probably, I don't know, 4 to 6 foot, and that one wasn't working in here, so I switched to this shallower diver, and first couple casts with it. There's that fish that I just caught. Like I said, I just switched to that shallower diver crankbait. It's called the Baby 1-, and it only dives 1 foot, and so you can really work it in all this shallow water right here. And that is just a beautiful largemouth bass, guys. having a lot of fun out here with my dad. It's always fun when my dad comes home from work and we get on some really nice fish. But definitely a pretty one, that's for sure. But we're gonna put him back. I think we're gonna get on some more fish today.
Fish on fish. Good one, guys. I just changed up, put a different color jerkbait on. Called Moonlight or something like that. Really good jerkbait. Northern Light. First cast with it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Fatty. Just changed up jerkbaits, guys, and put on that Stunna. It's called Northern Lights. It's a super good jerkbait made by Stunna. I caught this fish right here. It's a good one. Alright, we're gonna turn loose. Fish on, guys. Got jerkbait on. I think it's a toad. Just gotta watch yourself around these jerkbaits. They got all kinds of hooks. Nice bass. Almost 3 pounds. And that Northern Lights Stunna jerkbait. It's got chartreuse and it works good in this muddy water. Just slowly jerking it along and he hit it. Alright, we're gonna turn him loose.
Fish on. Feels like a big one. I didn't even know that was a fish. I'm just throwing this crankbait, guys. I thought I was down in the weeds. But he had it, that's for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, dang. That's a good one. He wanted that too, dang. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
As me and my dad are still working back in all these canals, these fish are back in here, but check that out. I'm throwing that Excite little crankbait and he swallowed it. Holy crap, he wanted that crankbait. I didn't even really know I had a fish on. Usually when you're throwing these crankbaits, you hit weeds and everything. I thought I was in the weeds, so I started jerking and I felt something jerk back. It's like, holy crap, fish. But pretty good one.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. Doesn't hit it. Fish, big one. And he hit it right at the boat, guys. I'm just throwing this crankbait right along this shallow water. And they're tearing it up, that's for sure, dang. The crankbait's working really good today. Check that out. That's a big one. Guys, check out that largemouth. Well, guys, check out that largemouth bass. He frickin' destroyed that crankbait right there. Just like I said, I'm throwing that little Excite crankbait and he drilled it right at the boat. That is a gorgeous looking bass. It's really, really fun throwing these little crankbaits in shallow water, but I'm actually throwing it on a Lew's setup. I got the Lew's Smash reel with the Lew's Perfect crankbait rod, and I got 20-pound fluorocarbon, and it's definitely working really good, guys. But gonna get a quick picture real quick of this pretty bass and hopefully get on some more big ones. But that crankbait's working really good. I'm not sure what color it is, but it's definitely working good. It's like a shad color. There's one. Fish on. That's a good one. On the crankbait, guys, they're destroying it today. Crazy. Another good one. Oh. Right there on the crankbait. Pretty decent one. They're definitely wanting the crank today, guys, that's for sure. Nice one. Hey, how many do you think we've caught today? Like 20? Another one. 21. Fish on, fish on, fish on, fish on. Oh! Slinging them in the boat, dang. They're really liking that crankbait today. It's crazy. This time of year, they really like those little shallow diving crankbaits. Obviously, just because we're in shallow water, but they really like those crankbaits. I'm still using that little Excite crankbait. It's working really good today. I'm not sure how deep these things dive, but we're fishing it from like 4 to 6 foot, anywhere around there, and it's working really good today, guys. So if you guys are going to look for any crankbaits, I recommend getting that Excite crankbait. It's doing really good for me today. There we go. Easy as that.
Fish working the deep in the canals back in. Move back out of the canals and on the edge of the first drop. You got one on?
Yeah. Holy crap. They're slaying this thing. It's just hilarious. That's a pig. Oh, that's a good one, dang. Check out that one, guys. It's got a belly on it, dang. Well, guys, there is another largemouth bass. This is getting crazy. We're slaying them on these little tiny crankbaits, the square bills. But my dad was actually saying a lot of these fish are just moving out to a little deeper water. Yesterday it was in the low 50s and it was pretty nice out. All those fish were shallow, but now that it's cold, it's like mid 30s, high 30s. We found the very first drop off leading out of this canal, and most of the fish are sitting right on this first drop off. But really nice fish, really healthy looking fish too. these fish in this lake are really, really pretty looking. And I really like coming out to this lake here in Oakland County. It's our home lake. If you know what lake it is, you just know. But this lake is loaded with beautiful, beautiful largemouth bass. I'm gonna put this one back and get on some more. Well guys, me and my dad are actually just getting back to the boat ramp. We trailered the boat and we had an incredible day out there on the lake today. It is always a great time sharing the boat with my dad, getting to fish with him and making memories. It is just awesome. And we found a really good group of fish today. It was really, really cool. Had a lot of fun, but really appreciate you guys watching today's video. If you want to help support the channel more and go grab an Extreme Outdoorsman hat, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. You can go click that link and grab a hat. I would really appreciate it. I only have maybe like 20 or 30 more available on the website right now, but I'm gonna be putting another big order in, so make sure to stay tuned for all those hats and everything. They've been selling pretty good all over the country, so really appreciate everyone that has grabbed a hat already. If you want to grab one, go to extremeoutdoorsmen.store, and I would really appreciate it. But thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.